Here's how you will turn the e-collar on. You'll see there's a little red dot here. There's also a little red dot here. Simply slide the two over, and that light will turn green. It will begin flashing green as well. You can turn this e-collar on through the back button, hold it down for about 2 seconds. You can test by using this. It's going to cause the collar to vibrate. You're going to see the light turn red and feel the vibration. The way that you're going to want to test the stimulation is with this little light right here. You make sure it makes contact with both of the points, and then you press the button. If this light flashes, your collar is functional. Now I'm going to show you a little bit about how the e-collar works. Okay, so what you have here is you have the button with the T. What this button does is it issues vibration. The two S buttons are for stimulation. This button is the low level of stimulation. So we have this set to about a 12 or a 13, which is a good middle ground for her. Sometimes she falls back to a 9. You can notice if she gets frustrated at all. If she gets frustrated, always back the number down. You can do so by twisting this top button. We have this on continuous stimulation right now. What this means is if you hold down this button, it will continue issuing stimulation until you let it go. This allows for things like teaching a solid recall, and because we're working on such a low level, it is merely an irritant. We never want to use this to cause any form of pain in the dog. We just want to make her desire to stop the irritant. So by using it at a low level, we can just hold down on the button until we get her all the way to us. So we say come, she's on her way to us, and then we let go of the button as she makes her way to us. If she stalls or stops or goes back the other way at any point, we press the button again, and she continues to return to us, and we release once more. If she fails to listen to that button, you can use this. This is set to about 5 levels higher than this number right here. So what that's going to do is it's going to say a really big no. So this is exactly like you would use the prong collar. So there's an ask. So we're going to ask her with a vibration. We're going to say come. Then we're going to tell her with a light stimulation. And then we're going to have her follow through with a heavier stimulation if she ignores those two. If she's consistently needing this, that means your level is too low. If she gets out and excited, she works at around a level 30. This will probably decrease with time, but for right now, be very observant as to if she's listening to you or not. I ordered for Buffy this nylon collar. It's very breathable and very easy to put on, a lot easier than the prong collar. I'm gonna recommend that you continue using the prong collar for the time being. However, you will be able to transition on to this fully in the future. Typically, e-collar weeks take about 3 weeks. It's going to take a while for this to become a habit, so let me know if you want any additional sessions at the end of it. But you see, this is very simple. It's already sized to her. So it goes on just like a regular collar. Go ahead and make sure these 2 points are making contact with her neck. Generally put it on the side of her neck, and that way both are making contact because it's a softer spot of the neck. I don't recommend using this collar for more than 8 hours per day. However, you can purchase some contact points that are for all day wear, and they're very comfortable. They won't cause irritation. If you're interested, I can order some of those for you. Here in the bag we have some separate contact points. She has short hair. It's semi-thick, but I didn't really need to use anything other than the standard prongs. If at any time we do make the decision together that you should use the other prongs, you will take it off with this. And you simply unscrew it. You want to make sure it's nice and tight when you screw it back on, because you want there to be a consistent stimulation. You're going to want to simply put the collar around on her. You see her wagging her tail, you want to see she's excited. You never want to see a dog being sad when they get their e-collar on. This means we're about to go have fun. Leave it. Go ahead. Leave it. Go ahead. Leave it. Go ahead. Girl. Leave it. Go ahead. Girl.
Come. Good girl, good girl. Make sure you praise every time your dog comes to you. It's very important that it be worth their time to get up and run to you like that. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Place. Here we're working outside with the place command. What this is this is just a command to tell her to sit on her bed until you are ready for her to get up and move. It's good for when company comes over and things like that. It's fairly advanced behavior, so typically this is something we will see in a 3-week camp be completed. So you can continue work with this at home, but as you see, she's doing fantastic. But what we want is we don't want to see her move off of this bed. If she does, then you issue stimulation and tell her place once again. As soon as she gets back to her place or you see her heading in that direction, let go of the stimulation because she's listening to you. We want to use this as an irritant, not as a forcing her to do what you want. We're using this as an incentive. We do not want it at a level at any point high enough to cause her any form of pain. It goes all the way up to level 100. She's working on between 13 and 30. The only time she gets up to a level 30 is when she is outdoors and really amped up. So I haven't really had any trouble. As soon as we started with the e-collar, I haven't had any trouble at all with her trying to chase my heels anymore. I was even able to run with her at the park, which was just something that wasn't able to be accomplished without the e-collar. She's been let free to roam out in the field. She hasn't offered to bite. Place. See how she returns back to her bed. She may need a little guidance from you, so you may have to pick up a leash or hold on to the collar and tell her to place if she seems confused. So if you issue the stimulation, you can see her feeling it, so you can see a little ear twitch or her look around. Then she's a little confused as to what to do. I've used her own bed, so that should lessen any confusion she might have, but she still may have some with you versus me. She was listening very good to my other trainer, Ryan, as well. I also had her laying in a place position for about 2 hours the other day. She got up a few times off and on, but she's been doing very, very, very well. She's also been interacting with the other dogs here. She was able to sit for photos earlier this week with 3 other dogs, which was very impressive for her. I was very proud of her. She's been doing very, very well. When she gets overexcited, you're gonna see this level rise a bit. So you're probably gonna be working 16 to 18 in the house and low to mid 30s outside of the house. But you're going to want to, as soon as you see her, what she does is she lays her ears back and she tucks her tail and starts running. That's your way of knowing she is really overexcited. So that's your time to give her a command. So give her the place command or tell her to sit. If she does not follow through with that, issue a stimulation. You're going to want to stop her before she goes full at it. So you're going to want to calm her down before she starts to bite. She's a lot happier this way because she doesn't have a bunch of pent-up energy. She's doing something with her energy right now. She's listening to the command I issued. A happy dog is not going to be overexcited in any way. Even a dog that goes crazy when you get home, that's not a comfortable dog. Sure, the dog is happy to see you, but the dog should quickly settle down and go away. If there's persistence there, then we're looking at a problem. So we want to see the dog be calm, because pretty much any dog emotion, if there's too much of any one emotion, it's going to come out in biting. And that's what you're seeing with her. She also has a fantastic prey drive, which is very, very fun. It's fun to toss toys for her and play with her, but it's a little less fun when you're, dragging your feet around the house when you first woke up in the morning with some slippers on and she goes, oh, hey, I want to bite your foot. But with this, just make sure if she is off of a leash that you have the e-collar on her. It's a lot easier to use than the prong collar. You don't have to have a leash dragging around the house. You don't have to worry about her getting snagged on anything. You can even use it for barking in the kennel. So if she's barking and carrying on, just make sure you're not correcting for a fear reaction. We never want to punish for fear. Fear is to be taken care of in other ways, not through any form of punishment. But most of what I see is her barking is more of a pushy type of barking, a little bossy barking. So she wants attention. So you just say quiet. If she does not quiet down, you issue a stimulation. She's been doing very, very well with this. I've been sitting outside of the kennels for hours and hours and hours this week, working on her, doing that. I was even up in the loft for a while, just sitting there, making some noise and waiting for her to calm down and teaching her that way. So she's been doing wonderfully with that. As you see, even outside with all the distractions and all the toys in the yard and places she loves to play, she's more than happy to sit down on the bed in front of me like this. Go ahead. Continue leaving the leash length at about a foot for now until you're comfortable. Once you're comfortable, you can start practicing with a loose leash. It's going to require you to be able to use the collar very well and change it based on the distractions around. So you know her very well. You know the things that get her amped up and the things that calm her down. So when you see something coming your direction that's going to make her overexcited, go ahead and turn the level up a little bit. For medium distractions, you're looking at around a 13. She goes all the way up to 30, again, on high distractions. So gauge that accordingly. So if there's a person coming or a dog coming, be ready and slowly adjust by only 2 or 3 levels at a time, because you always want her listening to the very lowest level she will listen to, so that way, instead of pushing her up and needing to go up so that we're working at 50 later on down the road, we're going to be working at a consistent 9, because she's going to feel that little tickle and she's going to go, oh, okay, I'm doing the wrong thing and I want to listen to you, versus, teaching her she can push through it and, ending up working at a really high level, which is just something I really personally do not like to do. I prefer dogs to listen to me because they want to listen to me, not because they have to listen to me. But as you see, she's not getting up, she's not going anywhere. She's doing absolutely wonderfully. So we're going to start off on a walk now. Heel. You see the leash was loose the entire time. So just as soon as you're comfortable, go ahead and start doing loose leash walking drills, the same as you would do leash walking drills. So a couple of times a day, go outside into your backyard, somewhere that's familiar, and go ahead and get you and her familiar with using the collar. Heel. So when she walks away, go ahead and say heel, and then hold the collar down, sit, until she begins to go into the direction you want her to go. So heel, and then she starts moving towards you, you release. If she stops moving towards you, you begin the stimulation again. And then once she is behind you, you continue on your way. I've been working on weaning her off of treats. However, I recommend you continue with treats until you're comfortable with things, because mistakes will be made, and it's nice to have a food backup for when you do make that mistake. Again, if you have any further questions or concerns, feel free to contact me at any time.